Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I am your host Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, updating you on the latest sports news. Today we can expect news about Jeremiah Nakathila as well as exciting news that's from our international correspondent Ari Wohar. Sport Rep has you covered from all dimensions, so sit back and enjoy. And now your latest on the hit list. Cricket Namibia have expressed excitement towards hosting the Capricorn Women's Tri-Series tournament on home soil. The tournament will take place from 20 to 26 April at the CCD field in the capital. Women's Cricket Zone has joined Namibia as a broadcasting partner of the Capricorn Cricket Tournament. The Tri-Series is aimed at improving the Eagles' ICC 2012 T20 World Rankings. Cricket Namibia's CEO Johan Muller says hosting the competition is a privilege to host a tournament of such nature. The series will see Uganda, Zimbabwe, Namibia battling it out for top honors. Namibian lightweight boxer Jeremiah Lowkey Nakathila has reiterated his desire to fight weak Ryan Garcia. Garcia recently defeated Ghanaian Emmanuel Taku by a unanimous decision 119-108, 118-109 and 119-108 the judges scored in Texas. It was Garcia's first fight for nearly a year and 3 months, given that he last fought back in January 2021. The boxer has gone through a series of troubling events ranging from mental health to injury before returning to the ring for a victorious night over the Ghanaian. Jeremiah Nakathila is, however, not impressed with the way Ryan Garcia defeated Taku and feels that he can actually challenge that Garcia in the lightweight division. Remember, Nakathila only turned to lightweight recently after competing in the junior lightweight for a number of years. Nakathila is a former WBO global champion as well as a WBO Africa junior lightweight champion. He recently went to the United States of America and impressed after beating that is Miguel Belchelt of Mexico in a non-title fight. Nakathila proved that he is still on top of his game after actually becoming one of the few, if not Namibians, to beat a boxer on American soil. Well, boxers like Julius Indongo and Lucas Kautondokwa have all been to the United States and actually failed to make it out there. So Nakathila is still oozing with confidence, and you can see that's why he's calling boxers like Garcia out in a weight division he was just baptized to. Namibia's under-20 rugby national team is busy preparing hard for their match against Kenya, scheduled to take place that's tomorrow in the under-20 Bass Trophy at the Nyayo Stadium in Kenya. Namibia will be looking to build on their performance, which saw them trouncing Senegal in convincing fashion. The Bass Trophy is the only junior tournament in Africa, and 8 national under-20 teams compete for the title. Participating teams are in order of Kenya, Namibia, Senegal, Madagascar, Tunisia, Zimbabwe, Cote d'Ivoire, and as well as Zambia. After the break, we cross over to the Golden Oldies. Stay tuned. Well, this week's Golden Oldies might be new to NTV, but not new to Sport Rep. Well, it is the baptism of MTV here, and that's Desmond Snyder. Well, Sport Rep did this interview, that was in 2020, who Desmond Snyder is indeed a legend and an inspirational star that's in his hometown, Rehoboth. Well, Sport Rep at that time was in Groot Hoop, and that was at a tournament. Well, this interview actually warrant a repeat after the calls to see it again. That's on TV. Well, it is being baptized here today on NTV, and that's Desmond Snyder.
Yes, this is the Sports Rep Show, and I'm here with the former national team rugby player, the senior team, Des. He's been quite an important player for the senior national team, the rugby team, and he has quite done a remarkable job during his years. Well, now retired, and here at the soccer field trying to show his skills in terms of what he can do in football. But Des, welcome, and I would just like to take us back. So did you miss playing rugby in any way? And what did you make of your years during your national career, senior career?
Hi viewers, Desmond Snyder. Yeah, to answer your question, I really miss playing rugby. Rugby sport in general opened a lot of doors for me, especially rugby. I'm more of a soccer player, but unfortunately things start happening. Unfortunately, things start happening for me in the rugby. I came through the ranks, represented the country. 2007 Rugby World Cup in Australia. I broke my collarbone. Unfortunately, I had to come back. But besides that, I can only thank the Lord for giving me this talent and showcase it to everybody that was watching it.
When you were growing up, did you ever think that you were going to be a rugby star?
Not at all. Like I said, I'm more of a soccer player. My first love is soccer. Unfortunately, things just start happening at rugby. But since I was born, since I started playing street soccer, street rugby, I know someday I'm gonna make it.
Okay, that's wonderful. So basically, as you have been following rugby indeed since you are a former player. In terms of, we know that rugby doesn't have that fixed sponsor and stuff like that. How have you felt about that, knowing that rugby is one of the most important sport in this country, in terms of that it has also qualified to the World Cup a couple of times?
I think our rugby in this country, especially in Namibia, a bit unfortunate. We've played every World Cup, we've qualified for every tournament, past 4 tournaments. So I think we were very unfortunate that we are living in a country like Namibia where rugby is not that big, or the corporate sponsors are not well on board. I think that will change, and I think we can become a powerhouse.
Okay, since your retirement, obviously, what have you done in terms of contributing towards rugby in any way?
Yeah, I've been playing Rugby Premier League, my club in Rehoboth. After retirement, I tried to coach them for 1 or 2 years, but I think it's just not for me, coaching. So I'm trying to help my boys at the schools, coaching them there and playing shuttle soccer in the meantime.
That's important indeed. Obviously, Rehoboth is a place where a lot of talent came out from, a lot of senior national team players. Do you think that there is more to come from that town in terms of rugby?
100%. It's just unfortunate that we are in this position. 2020 wasn't good, but I think especially our home teams, Rufalken and Rehoboth, especially Rehoboth Rugby Club, they could have been a powerhouse, absolutely, especially this year. But things happen.
The
coronavirus took our rugby away for this year.
All right. So basically, you're saying that now you're a football man. Do you keep fit? I mean, it seems like the corona also took its toll on you. Big weight up. I mean,
yeah.
Do you? But will you be able to show some skills there?
Yeah, I think I can still show some skills. I'm 39 years. We are playing the soccer, and the social soccer is helping us a lot. Practicing, we are not so committed to practice every day anymore.
Okay, one thing, you come from a family where you had a brother who also played rugby. So is it a family line? I mean, like who else played rather than your is it the two brothers or one?
Yeah, I have two brothers, Rocco Snijders and Ricardo Snijders. I think all this is coming from my dad because he was a soccer player, but my mom was the one that were supporting us all the way. Smaller brother Ricardo, he came also through the ranks. He played for every from under 13 to under 21 team in Namibia. The other brother, he was not that much of a sportman, but he also played to represent our town's teams. Yeah, I think it's coming through our family, and then especially my mom. She was the one supporting us, make sure we went on every tour that we were supposed to go. That's it.
Well, Odess, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure that I wish you all the best of luck on the field there.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, who would argue that Desmond Snyder is not a golden oldie? Indeed, he has come of age from playing football as well as that is rugby. We hope that everything is okay with you, Desmond, and that you have managed to achieve your goals that is in your town. I know that was 2020, but I'm sure you have actually advanced. You can still come back for more if you have time indeed. Well, we now cross over to the spotlight after the break. Stay tuned. Well, new kids on the block, Oshinene Athletics Club also warrants that a spotlight place. Well, the Oshinene Athletics Club recently just collected 21 medals from Pupkewitz Foundation Championship held in Swakopmund. The team led by Alfonso Shatindi and Kaupasa Newatari have already started showing signs of promise after 13 athletes making their debut at the championship secured gold, silver and bronze medals in various disciplines. Shatindi lauded the team members for their effort and hopes corporate Namibia will come on board to support the team in all its daily needs. And now remember that this team comprises of athletes that are just coming from a dusty town, a village that's east of Omaheke region, and Oshinene Athletics Club hopes that many of these athletes will be actually able to develop into top performers and top stars. They have actually just launched this program recently and it's already making strides after having competed and participated, that is in Grand Prix and all other events. This was their first real taste of glory and success, and it was indeed ecstatic towards Kaupasa Newatari, who said that it was indeed an important event for us and we hope that corporate Namibia can actually come on board and support this initiative. Oshinene is a town that is still developing, and having athletics club will be able to restore the lost dreams of many athletes that hope to become top stars. It will also help keep many of these athletes from the street. It will also encourage them from participating, that is in school practices, rather than staying on the streets and abusing alcohol. It will also help avoid a lot of teenage pregnancies that many small towns have experienced down the years. Kaupasa Newatari is calling on many Namibian sponsors to come on board and actually make the dreams of these young athletes a reality. We now cross over that to our international correspondent Ari Ohad after the break. Stay tuned.
Good day everyone, it's time for international sports news and tennis news first. It is the clay season that's starting leading up to the French Open. That's the next major in the world of tennis. The ATP Tour moves, the men's tour moves to Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Open on clay, like I said, and results from the first round I can mention is Stan Wawrinka. He's out in the first round. He unfortunately lost in the first round. He's a former three-time Grand Slam winner. He was injured for a few months and he came back from injury, and he lost his first round game to Alexander Bublik by 3-6, 7-6 and 6-2. So Stan Wawrinka making his comeback after 13 months not playing any competitive tennis. He had a foot injury, 37 years old, so making a comeback again and finding it hard to play against the younger stars. Bublev is number 36 in the world. Another player that lost in the first round is Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, and he's announced earlier that he's going to retire after the completion of the French Open this year in Paris. So it was Jo-Wilfried Tsonga that also had a tough first round draw. He played against Martin Cilic and he lost 6-2 and 6-2, so he also out of the Monte Carlo Open. Three top seeds in this tournament. First seed is Novak Djokovic. All three top seeds are only going to play in the round of 32. Novak Djokovic playing his first clay court tournament, and Novak Djokovic number one seed. Number two seed is Alexander Zverev of Germany, and then the defending champion is Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's the number third seed, and all three of them only play in the round of 32. Now on to some cycling news. It is the Tour de Turkey that's taking place at the moment, the 57th time that the Tour de Turkey is taking place. 175 cyclists that's taking part in this tour, and it was stage 2 that was completed, and it's still the Australians that's doing well. And again, it was a sprint finish in the end, and it was this time Caden Groves of Australia that won the sprint finish, and he's also now leading the general classification after that. It was again a tight sprint finish, and the leader after the first day, Caleb Ewan of Australia, he finished in the bunch. Second in the stage 2 was again Belgium Jesper Philipsen. He was also second in the first stage, and then Sam Bennett of Ireland, he took the third place in this stage. So the general classifications at the moment, it is Caden Groves after his win. He's the leader, but he's just 0.2 seconds ahead of the second placed person, that is, or the cyclist, that is Jesper Philipsen of Belgium. And general classifications leader Caden Groves' time at the moment, his combined time for the two stages is 8 hours, 40 minutes and 12 seconds. In third place at the moment in general classifications is Caleb Ewan that won the first stage in that sprint. He's 0.4 seconds, 400ths of a second behind the leader, his countryman Caden Groves. The next stage, the stage 3, will be more hills in that stage, and it will be 123 kilometers. And now for some Formula 1 racing news. This weekend there's no Formula 1 racing, but they're all leading up to Imola. That is the next race on the 24th of April. That's going to be the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. That's going to be in Imola in Italy. News from the Formula 1 at the moment is that Max Verstappen is, the team is very quiet about what really happened in the first 3 races. It was Max Verstappen in his Red Bull Honda that only finished the second race in Saudi Arabia and won that race. The first one in Bahrain and the second one in Australia, he had to withdraw because of mechanical failures. So the indication from Red Bull Racing at the moment is that there was 2 different reasons for the 2 failures, but both times it is connected to the fueling system. So Red Bull confident to fix that with the next Grand Prix. Already it is Max Verstappen that is a lot of points. He's 46 points behind the leader Charles Leclerc of Ferrari. Charles Leclerc in his Ferrari won 2 races and second in 1 race. So he's 71 points, and Max Verstappen on 25 points. Lewis Hamilton, also one of the favorites to win this season. Mercedes-Benz also not doing great. He is on 28 points. That is 43 points behind Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. And to conclude some football news, some soccer news, seems like Manchester United is on the verge to announce the coach Erik ten Hag of Ajax to be the new coach of Manchester United, and he will, according to reports, take over from Ralf Rangnick, the German caretaker at the moment. So at the moment it is Manchester City that is battling. They lost their last game 1-0 to Everton and also drew 1-1 to Leicester City their last games. But it seems like Erik ten Hag of Ajax will take over. So with that soccer news, I conclude international sports for today. Hope you have a great sporting day, and we talk again international sport tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, thank you so much, Ari. There is a lot that we are looking forward to on the international scene, and one of the things that one or many fans, especially on the other side, the red side of Manchester, will not be looking forward to is more matches, because it appears that like Manchester United will not make it to next season's Champions League. On the other side, it is very tight between Liverpool and Man City there. It's quite fantastic, you know, setting up a very, very grand finale towards the end of the season. That's international news for you. Here in South Africa, we also know that at least the fans are allowed, or will be allowed, to form a 50% sitting on the stands. Remember that it has not happened for a number of years now, ever since the pandemic hit. That's South Africa. Well, Kaizer Chiefs Love and Peace actually have announced that they are going to inform their fans as to how the proceedings will go in that. Well, it is indeed something beautiful to see that fans are allowed back into the field despite the dangers that are carried by the coronavirus pandemic in sports. Locally here, something that just also recently came in is that the Namibia cricket national team also managed to beat that's Uganda by 50 overs. That's in the capital city here in Windhoek. Don't forget that the sport rep, and that's NMH in general, and TV will remain or stays committed to broadcasting some of the latest sport action from here in Namibia, that is from all regions. So if you have something, an event that you would like NMH to broadcast for you or NTV to broadcast for you, just give us a call or visit our Facebook pages or visit our offices that's in Eros, and you'll be able to catch us. That is NMH, changing the dynamic in sport broadcasting. That is all we had for you today. Catch us again live tomorrow at the same time, same place. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.